Well, it's all over. The favourites won, and maybe in the end the popular choice. Hard to believe that one of the great rugby nations on earth couldn't win the World Cup in its own backyard. It's now pretty public, of course, that the people in New Zealand have been distraught after the earthquake, demolished the most beautiful and second largest city, Christchurch. But the most important thing, I think, was that we had a final that was right for the competition. I couldn't believe the whole way through this competition why everybody kept writing off France. How could you write off one of the great European competitors, a country with a great record in the World Cup? Everybody just thought that they couldn't do it. And I think what people forgot was that France went into the group, probably the only team in any group that wanted to be second. Now, when you start off by being second, you don't play very well. So I always knew that. Then people made a big thing about the quarterfinal first. Well, they destroyed England. They allowed England back into the game, but they were so good for 20 minutes, not forgetting how good they had been for 20 minutes with what was like the B team against New Zealand in the pool stages. Then the semi-final. But they won. And France, like so many countries and ordinary club sides before them, when the team loses a man, it tends to galvanise the 14-man team and do the opposite to the 15-man team. So I was never worried. One thing I was absolutely certain about was that their pride would surface in the final and they would do their country and the competition proud, and they did. And in fact, that's why I said, and I was probably alone on Irish and probably even world media who actually said, I think France will win. Why didn't they win? Well, I think the refereeing has a lot to do with that. I think Joubert was under the kind of pressure that all referees will be with the home team playing in that sort of emotional environment. He had to be affected by it. One of the few referees who wouldn't have been was running the line, Alain Roland. And I think the Kiwis knew that. I don't think the Kiwis wanted Roland to referee this match. One, he speaks perfect French, which would have helped the French in terms of as it always does, in terms of decisions that went against them. It's a lot easier to take a decision you're unhappy with when the fella's talking to you in their own language. So I think the Kiwis put pressure on to get Joubert to do the match rather than Roland. And also, the South Africans don't have a great record in refereeing finals. Remember Andre Watson? England, although they won the World Cup with him refereeing, were totally unhappy with the way he refereed the scrum against Australia. I think South African referees, more than most of the referees I know and have watched, Kaplan's another one, they seem to be influenced by the politics of refereeing rather than the actual game. Well, that's the end of my World Cup. I certainly won't be doing another one on television. Not sure I'll be doing another one anywhere. It's 4 years away, and I think 4 years away I'll be sipping a pina colada with the lovely Ingrid somewhere and watching the World Cup on television. But for you, thank you so much for tuning in to the rugby blogs every week. And of course there'll be rugby every Friday on the Right Hook at Newstalk, usually between 6:30 and 7 on Fridays. Hope to see you there. Bye-bye.